Well, good morning again, and welcome to another edition of Expert Alert. I'm your host, Jim Tabor, and this is where we bring in experts from different businesses along the Gulf Coast to talk about the things that they do, the services they provide, and kind of help you out. And we've had on for the last several months now, each week, somebody from OS Lumber over in Ocean Springs. This morning we have Russell Oakes, who's been with us several times, and a newcomer, Jerry Peck. How are you, sir?
Good.
Good to have you with us. If you would, Jerry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been on the coast for 25 years, and I've been in the millwork and lumber business for almost 45 years. So,
wow.
Was previous at a different employer for 23 years, and now at OS Lumber, and just love the millwork business.
Well, now explain exactly what is millwork.
Millwork is windows, doors, stair parts, trim, interior doors, exterior doors.
Right. Now, what we're going to talk about today is the differences between different doors, as far as what would you use for interior, exterior, and a lot of it has to do too with where we live, because you want to get something that will withstand some of the weather that we have down here.
Right.
So, there's some things that won't withstand a hurricane, no matter how tough it is. But we've seen some. But let's talk first about fiberglass doors. Where would you use a fiberglass door in a home?
Fiberglass door is going to be your exterior door. We use them front doors, back doors, side doors. Fiberglass is very durable. You've got a large selection, and they're just going to hold up. You can get them impact rated. They're going to hold up really good. They're not going to rot, warp.
Right, right. Because if they get wet, after a period of time, wooden doors they have a tendency to warp. And you've got some samples of some different things here that you brought. So, so if you want to point out some of them.
This is a fiberglass panel cutaway. They use engineered lumber in the stiles and rails to help keep them straight. They won't warp and bow, twist. They're insulated, as you can see. And then when you say fiberglass, fiberglass is the skin, which is the outside part.
Okay.
So very strong. This is textured, so it can be stained, look like a wood door. They've come a long ways in fiberglass.
So that's not wood that's not wood on the outside.
That is fiberglass. Made
wow.
To look like wood.
It looks just like wood. It really does. Yeah. And I noticed you got a couple of different colors here, different shades or tones or whatever you want to call it.
And the fiberglass this is called the skin. They come in different species. You can get a mahogany skin, so it looks like a mahogany door. This one is an oak skin, so it looks like an oak door. So they've come a long ways on fiberglass doors.
Okay, and then I guess this that's where your insulation, your weather stripping, which reminds me I've got to get some from mine, my apartment. But yeah, I mean that's one of the things. Now where would you? I guess you would use a wooden door on the interior, somewhere on the interior.
Yeah, you use them interior. Some people still use them on the exterior. It's in this climate, if you're in the sun, if the door's in the sun, it's really hard to use a wood door and keep it in looking good. We have a lot of people that put wood doors up or have had wood doors. They're building new, and they'll come in and say, "I do not want wood. I don't want the maintenance." So, but wood's good on the interior, or if you have a good covered front porch, possibly. But the other thing about wood is if you have custom shapes, sizes, you almost have to go wood then.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Russell, whenever somebody's building a home or wanting to replace one, they'll come in and talk to y'all and decide, find out exactly what's this door going to be used for, or what's this window, where's it going to be?
Right, right. We'll usually always try to figure out what the environment's going to be that the door is going to be in. If it's an entryway and it's got good cover, you've got so much flexibility with a wood door, and it just feels good with a nice mahogany or a nice oak door.
Right.
So we do still use them, but if there's a lot of exposure to the weather.
Yeah, just like Jerry said, if it's going to be a lot of sun or weather to it, you might not want to do that.
Yeah,
if it's in a little entrance way
yeah,
that's covered up, probably wouldn't be too bad.
Right, right. But if they want the wood look and they've got a lot of exposure, then we'll point them towards those fiberglass units.
Okay, all right. What else we got hiding over there?
We do have a wood door corner section here as well.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
That's the thing. They're beautiful.
That is really, really nice. Let's turn that around here to the camera so you can see that.
And we've got so much flexibility with a wood door for shapes and sizes and configurations and just all sorts of details that we can customize that you don't have that option with fiberglass.
Right, right. Now, what is this that you have on display here?
This is a clad wood door,
Okay.
and for the people that want the look of wood, inside you can do a wood interior,
Yeah, yeah.
and you can do this in mahogany. I can get this to look just like a mahogany door on the inside, but the
Right.
outside is going to be clad in aluminum.
Okay.
So what that means, you got a good look from the inside. It'll look just like your wood door, but the outside you don't have to worry about maintenance on it. It's clad aluminum, never have to worry about painting it. Comes in all different colors.
I always think that it feels like a steel door. If you knock on it, it's almost like it's steel.
Yeah.
It's solid. They're solid.
Very solid, and that comes in a lot of different colors that are pre-finished as well.
It does.
Okay, all right. And now talking about, let's talk about hardware options on these things. I mean, I know you've got some different hinges here, and I guess that's one of the important things too. Is you want to have the proper hardware pieces on your door.
Right.
It is, and a big thing today is security, and multi-point locks are a big thing right now. We recommend it. I recommend it on about every door, but definitely we're going to a lot of 8-foot tall doors.
Right.
And a standard door has your hardware at 36 inches off the ground.
Okay.
If you've got an 8-foot door and you don't have multi-point, you've got 36 inches up your lock, and you've got 5 foot that doesn't have any.
And this is just a display model. I mean,
This
it's
is a
not
display.
36 inches high.
And what this does, see the best way to get it, it will lock about a foot off of the floor and a foot down from the top, and then it locks here in the middle too. So you're
Wow.
actually locking in 3 places. So if you've got a tall door, 8-foot, 10-foot door, you want it to lock not just 36 inches up off the floor, you want it to lock all the way up and down that door.
Lot harder for somebody to kick the door in.
It's
Oh, yeah.
almost impossible.
Forced
Yeah.
entryway. Yeah, that's really secure.
As well as for that impact.
Exactly.
Something
Storm,
hits it.
something a storm or something throws a 2x4 or something through your door. It'll definitely protect it. And so you have, and all of these doors are impact rated.
They can be, yes.
They can be in all 3 materials. So it all depends again where you're going to build a house. As far as how you want to do it. Talk a little bit about interior doors. So what comes up with those decisions there? I mean, usually they're all wood.
Not necessarily. You've got some composite doors, molded skin doors, where it's just a thin veneer, kind of like those fiberglass doors we looked at earlier. They stamp a pattern into a sheet, and they've got a lot of different profiles available there. But you can also get into the wood doors, similar to the one you've got over there. And
Right.
again, sky's the limit on the details that we can specify as far as how many panels and what species of wood.
That's heavy.
It is.
I mean, just that little piece of wood, that is heavy. I can only imagine what the door feels like.
Right, right. It does give you that nice heavy weight, like you actually have something there when you're closing the door.
Any particular choices regarding weather stripping
On interior doors?
or exterior doors?
Exterior doors.
I guess it all just depends on
Yeah, it just
the
kind of
entryway.
depends the
which is-
application.
Yeah. Okay.
About the only thing to choose there is the color, brown or white.
So, and again, if you're looking to, if you're not building a new home, you just want to replace the doors. They've gotten old and weathered, or something like that, or maybe you've got some cracks in them or whatever. I guess they need to take some measurements. And then are they all usual standard sizes?
That's the thing, they're not. There's a lot of variation in sizes of doors since, I mean, the door somebody might be replacing today could be 20 or 30 years old or older. Who knows what's happened over that time. You get into curves, arch top doors, where the arch could be different from one door to the next. So there's no standard door out there. Everybody comes in and says they want a standard door, and it just doesn't
such thing.
exist. No,
Not anymore.
not anymore. But
Wow.
with wood, you have the flexibility to match those arches and those dimensions exactly. Whereas with the fiberglass, you're a little bit more limited to what panel is available.
Okay, awesome. Some great instructions on doors and everything.
Yeah.
Jerry, pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Russell, as always, is a pleasure.
Always good to see you.
You too. Again, if you're looking to either replace a door or you got a brand new building that's going up or something like that, give them a call at OS Lumber. Either Jerry or Russell will be glad to sit down and talk to you and pick out the right door for whatever you need it to. So again, thanks for OS Lumber being here with us this morning on this edition of Expert Alert.
If you have a question for any of our experts, go to WLOX.com and click on Expert Alert. For a list of any of our upcoming experts, go to WLOX.com and click on Expert Alert.